Hi, I'm Danny Ecker. In Chicago Business Today, the Remap's real estate impact. Among the headaches involved with adopting Chicago's new aldermanic ward map is a fresh set of property challenges. Developers around the city used to working with certain aldermen to get zoning and permitting approvals could be dealing with one or more new city reps, even as some projects are deep in the works. It highlights the pivotal role that aldermen play in Chicago's property development, and I talked with Crain's real estate reporter Ryan Ory about what developers are expecting from the new map. Ryan, there are issues with timing, with location, with permits, and we still don't know when this new ward map is going to go into effect. What kind of concerns are you hearing from developers and what worries they have going forward?
I think the big sentiment from developers and from some of the aldermen is not knowing when the changeover is going to happen, who you should be approaching now if you're starting a project, any of the time frame. Should I be talking to two aldermen or one? That kind of thing.
Are there any areas in specific that, the wards, some of these wards look completely different or just don't exist? Are there any that are going to be really affected by, especially for real estate?
There's a lot of them that are going to be affected, and in downtown obviously is where a lot of development happens, a lot of building happens. In particular, the second ward of Bob Fioretti is dramatically changed, and so there's going to be pieces of that are absorbed by several different aldermen. And so people who are in that current ward starting a project, once again not knowing the timing, may not know who they're going to be dealing with as the project moves forward and as they get their plans further along. And
so what's a hypothetical situation that a developer may find themselves in because they may have to deal with one or more aldermen and they could have to deal with different regulations? What's a situation that could happen?
The biggest fear that I have been hearing from developers is that you start up on the process of getting everything approved and getting the zoning, getting the permitting, and you've already bought the land for it, and you have an intended height. The new alderman comes in and wants to reduce the height, reduce the scope of the project. You may have already paid a certain amount of money for the land, and the economics can change, and now you could end up stuck with a parcel of land that's no longer worth what you thought it was. Or even if it's not going to cost money, just having to communicate with two people instead of one, having to set up meetings with two people instead of one. Developers are going to almost have to do kind of homework on aldermen's tendencies and how will the scope of this be affected if it changes from one to the other, who's maybe more in favor or less in favor of something.
All right, Ryan, good stuff. A lot to watch for here. Thanks for the time.
Thanks.
And that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more on the Remap, visit chicagorealestatedaily.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.